Welcome to Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Now let's head into the ballpark for tonight's game.
Well, we're getting an early start here. They said the game was supposed to start at 6 o'clock between the Madisonville Miners and the Full Count Rhythm. So we're going to have a national anthem right away. So sorry about that. I found out about 10 minutes ago that we were starting supposedly at 6 o'clock. So we'll have to get to our Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups after the national anthem. So we will have to take our first commercial. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft-serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
And the national anthem, a live rendition here by a duet. And now it's play ball time. But first, we're going to get you to Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups. First for the visitors, the Full Count Rhythm come in with a record of 11-5, having won their last 4 straight. Cade Moore will lead off. He's going to play third base tonight. J. Paul Head, also known as John Paul Head, going to play right field and bat second. Nolan Sargent, Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game yesterday, is in the 3-hole playing left field. Batting cleanup Jake Merrick, the DH tonight. Blake Carter batting fifth. He'll play first base. Trace Simmons behind the plate hits 6th. Jake Kerr at shortstop batting 7th. Elijah Stockton over at second base hitting 8th. And Lou D'Alessio out in center field hitting 9th. And on the mound, Ryan Sweeney. Sweeney on for his third start. It's his 7th appearance. He has 14 innings, which second to now Logan Harrell in most innings pitched. 6 hits, 3 runs. They're earned. Walked 11, struck out 14. Did walk 3 in his last outing. That was a save. He has a 2-0 record, 1.93 ERA to go along with that save. He will face the Madisonville Miners. We'll get their lineup to you when they come to the plate. Caden Wooldridge is on the mound for Madisonville. He has started against the Rhythm. I believe he got the start in game 1, the 11-5 victory by Madisonville at Full Count. The record between these two teams so far this year, 2-1. Full Count has won the last 2 games, 11-5 victory where they collected the most hits in Rhythm history. Right here in Madisonville, 22 hits that night. The 11-5 victory, and then a 14-6 victory at Full Count. Madisonville comes in with a 6-9 record. They are currently tied for 4th place. Wooldridge ready to deliver to Moore. The first pitch is high, and we are underway here at 6:10 Central Time. Game time temperature 90 degrees. Feels like 101. Popped up on the right side. Pete Britton, the second baseman, just in the outfield grass, makes the catch. Route number 1. John Paul Head will stand in. Face the left-handed Caden Wooldridge. John Paul, the leading hitter in the league, hitting .491, scored the most runs. He scored 20. He's got the most hits at 26. Thank you, sir, for walking right in front of my camera. The scoreboard working here tonight. Guess he didn't see those two cameras. Foul tipped, and that's going to catch a little piece of Alex Frawley, the catcher. Vicki Maloney, super fan, she's checked in. Looking for the Rhythm to get 5 in a row. Game time temperature brought to you by Stitches by Cindy. Longtime supporter of Full Count Ministries and Full Count Rhythm. The shirt I'm wearing right now has a Stitches by Cindy embroidered FC on there. One ball, two strikes to John Paul. Leads the league in RBIs as well with 27. Also leads in walks as he fouls that one off to the right side. A AAA autoglass foul ball into the parking lot just to the right of Elmer Kelly Field, Elmer Kelly Stadium. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch and head down on strikes. That'll bring Nolan Sargent to the plate. Sargent 2 for 5 yesterday, both doubles. He had a walk-off bases clearing double in the bottom of the 8th inning that gave the Rhythm the 10-run mercy rule victory over the Hoptown Hoppers. He takes a breaking pitch on the outside corner. Sunday night, apparently they get started earlier here in Madisonville. I never recalled that. Fastball grounded foul down the first base line. Jonah Smithson, the first base coach for Full Count, just watches it go by. He didn't have a play. Carson Howard coaching down at third. And the stand-in coach tonight, Jimmy Gamboa, also the pitching coach. It's Nancy Robertson checking in. She's rooting for the Madisonville Miners. Glad to have you along on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Watching on Facebook. Sargent down in the count 0-2, and the lefty delivers, swing and a miss. And the second strikeout ends the first inning. The Rhythm go down in order. Time to get the gloves on and pitch it and catch it as we head to the bottom of the first. No score. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Bottom of the first we go. Ryan Sweeney on the mound for the Rhythm. Trace Simmons will be his backstop tonight. Nolan Sargent in left field, Lou DeLessio in center, John Paul Head in right, Cade Moore at third base. Jake Turr is at shortstop. Elijah Stockton, the second baseman tonight, and Blake Carter over at first. Sweeney, third start of the year. That'll tie him with Roman Petricka with the second most starts. Logan Harrell got his fourth start of the year. In yesterday's game, he ended up getting the win. He's 2-0 now on the season. Tied now with Ryan Sweeney is with the most wins. Rhythm on a nice little run here as we have a week without the general manager and the head coach, Josh Carman. He's down in Nicaragua on the third week of missions for Full Count Ministries, down there with Tanner Sandell, former Rhythm 3-year player, Drew Robertson. Jace Parnan, the shortstop, to lead off, looks at a breaking pitch a little bit in for ball one. Great job by my wife yesterday on the home game to spin the dials on the computer. I miss her right now because I have to do it. Parnan was not with this club when they started the season. A late arrive, swings and misses. I did update my roster, but apparently I forgot to print it off and bring it with me. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Simmons is going to have to collect it, and he's not going to. Not going to be able to get a hold of that one. I would assume that it's a strikeout. I know that. Question is it going to be an error on the catcher or we'll have to check Game Changer and see how that is ruled. Pete Britton, the second baseman, stands in. Parnan leads off. He's got an average lead at first. There's a slider that catches the inside corner for called strike. Sweeney came in relief in the ninth inning a couple games ago and really struggled with control, but gutted it out, gave up one run, but got the save. The Rhythm won 4-3 in that ball game. Fastball fouled straight back at you. And he's ahead in the count 0-2. Paducah Chiefs are hosting the Hoptown Hoppers tonight. Henderson Flash hosting the Fulton Railroaders. Sweeney with a long pause and now delivers low and inside for ball one. He called that a pass ball on Trey Simmons. So an unearned run on at first. Swing or half swing. They're going to check at first base and say yes. Britton did go around. You can't see it just off the camera view, but that is another Safeware strikeout. That's actually two in a row. Clifford Weisinger, the second, will stand in. I wrote that K in that little square very small, like I wasn't proud of it. Runner from first goes, swinging a miss, throw down to second, not in time. Parnan will get the stolen bag. I believe I looked yesterday and saw that Weisinger had a couple doubles in the game yesterday. 5 RBIs for the Miners. Ended up getting the loss, though, a swing and a miss on it. Another slider that got right down into the dirt. Well, maybe Parnan might try to take off for third with the ball in the dirt, but he does not. 0-2 count to Weisinger, 1 out, and a runner at second base. Slider swing and a miss, and another Safeware strikeout. That's 3 in the inning. And Ryan Sweeney performed the feat of striking out 4 in an inning. Been done many times before. I don't know that a full count rhythm pitcher has done it, though. Inquiring minds want to know. I don't think there's anybody out there that has that intel. I'd have to go back and dig into my archives. Well, he's not going to get out of the inning without a hit by pitch. Coulter Hamilton, the third baseman, typically shortstop, will reach on the plunking. It is Sweeney's first hit batter of the year. Left-handed hitting Cooper Wright, the right fielder, steps in the box with 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Slider chopped on the first base side. It will roll to the on-deck area for strike 1. How do we not have that stat? Yeah, Josh Carmen. How do we not have that? I could make it up and nobody'd have any idea. I'm going to say Ryan Sweeney has just tied his record for most strikeouts in an inning. 3. He's done it 3 times that I know. Actually, I think it's 4 times as that pitch sails high and away. 3 times last year, and they were in back-to-back-to-back appearances. How do we not have that stat? Who's the historian here? You've been at almost every game. I've been at almost every game. Between the two of us, we ought to be able to come up with that one. I know we've had an opportunity once to have 4 strikeouts in an inning, but I don't remember it happening. But then again, I'm old. 2 balls and a strike. Runner from second bluff. There's a called strike on that outside corner. Sweeney is locating that slider when he wants to keep it out of the dirt. 2-2 pitch coming to Cooper Wright from Lakeland, Florida. LaGrange College down in Georgia is where he plays. Infielder and an outfielder playing right field today. 2-2 pitch. That's a little high. A full count Ministries, full count. What was for supper tonight down there in the Mission House in Mazante tonight, Josh Carmen? What did Sweet Carolina dish up? Full count pitch, swinging and a miss, and a Safeware strikeout and a record, setting 4 strikeouts in an inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. Ryan Sweeney with 4 swings and misses. It's now 18 for him on the season. Headed to the top of the second, ready to get the old Hickory steel press bats ready.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Just want to pass on a little note to those of you that might be following along. Besides me, the Caledonia Cavaliers 7U All-Star team got the victory in the championship game this afternoon down in Starkville, Mississippi. My wife texted and said, winner, winner, Chick-fil-A of Rivergate, chicken dinner on a Sunday. Congratulations to my grandson, Reese Snapka, and his teammates. Got to watch a little bit of that before it was sprung on me that we're playing at 6 instead of 6:30 with a bit of a scramble. First pitch to Merrick is down in the dirt. It might have caught a piece of our home plate umpire, whose name is unknown. At least to me, I'm sure he knows it. Merrick, Blake Carter, Trace Simmons to face Caden Wooldridge. The lefty delivers. That's way outside. So you think they're having steak, do you, Trev? Travis Smith's been down, had some of Carolina's cooking in the past. That's a sharp breaking pitch that lands on the inside corner for a called strike. 2-1. Merrick is having an excellent year. If it wasn't for John Paul Head, he'd be the star of the show. Slow roller to the left side. Wooldridge can't glove that. That's going to be an infield single for Merrick as he scoots on down to first. First hit of the ball game. Rhythm went down in order 1, 2, 3, and a swinging bunt by Merrick gets the first base runner on. Merrick came in hitting .365 according to my stats. I don't trust the game changer stats. Blake Carter, first baseman, batting 5th tonight. Starts to go and is able to hold up. Ball 1. This is the Elmer Kelly Stadium that has the unusual outfield wall. It is an all-block wall, and it has columns about every 20 feet that jut out into the field of play. You definitely don't want to be jumping into the wall. You could get concussed. You could break a shoulder. But the shallowest part of the stadium is in dead center field, 335 feet to dead center. Cliff Weisinger is playing on the other side of the hump that's out there. 2-0 pitch. Slid left field foul. That looked like it was almost golfed there. The sharp breaking pitch. Carter a bit fooled on there. The 2-1 pitch stays outside. Wooldridge from Wetumpka, Alabama, attends Montevallo University. This is his 4th game, 3rd start. He's got 8 innings. He's 0-1, 7 hits, 10 runs, 4 of those earned. Popped up on the infield. No, that's in shallow center field. Over is the shortstop, Jace Parnan. Makes the catch. A little bit of trouble with that, but ends up having it fall into his glove for out number 1. Trace Simmons stands in. He had a big day, big evening here back on June 9th. Simmons 4 for 6. He had a 3-run home run in the first inning. Can't do that tonight. He could do a 2-run homer in the second, though. First one is in the dirt. Simmons hitting .270. It's his 12th game of the year. He has 2 home runs, one here and one at Drakes Creek Park, 8 RBIs. Merrick leads off at first. Another tapper. That's in front of the plate, and Wooldridge gloves and throws in the dirt, but picked out of there by Wyatt Burris. Nice play there by the first baseman. They pick up the second out. Down to second goes Merrick after his infield single. He just happened to get his little chopper a little farther toward third base. than Simmons did. Jake Turr stands in. Gallo Pinto on the side is what Josh Carman looking for. Fisted, and that will get foul. Turr playing in his 6th game. Jake 2 for 5 in yesterday's game, an infield single and a single into right center field. And was caught trying to get into second base with a double. Another chopper. They're beating it into the dirt. Parnan charges gloves, bobbles, but then throws on to first after he gains control. And after the leadoff infield single, the Rhythm go quietly in the second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 runner was left on base. Thanks to Chick-fil-A of Rivergate for being our title sponsor this year. Todd and Linda Hunley, gracious with their resources. We love them over at Full Count.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tony Stockton's listening in tonight, watching. Their son Elijah, the starting second baseman tonight. They're over in Gallatin, Tennessee. Paula Sims also listening in, rooting for the Rhythm. Good to have Travis Smith, one of our sponsors, Edge Appraisal Services, and a Full Count Ministries supporter for a long, long time. He doesn't have a kid on a team, but he is, let's clear that off. He's involved. First pitch swinging is the newest D player for the Miners, Will Bommersbach. Common spelling, Bommersbach. Fouls that pitch down to the third base coach, head coach Brian Campbell. Campbell assisted by Sean Checks and Braden Taylor. Ryan Sweeney uncorks a wild pitch for ball 1. Don't have the intel on where Bommersbach is from. They just sprung him on me today. 1-1 pitch from Sweeney. Grounded this one to third. Charging is Cade Moore. Throws a lollipop over to Blake Carter to get Bommersbach by several steps. He must know Bommersbach doesn't run all that well. Jonathan Huffam says, let's go Rhythm, LGR. Now Alex Frawley, the catcher, from Sudbury, Ontario. That's up in Canada. North Iowa Area Community College. He's got to duck out of the way of that inside pitch. Sweeney did hit a batter in the first inning, struck out 4. The first one reached on a pass ball. There's a nice slider in there for a called strike. Ryan Sweeney, a second-year Rhythm player. It's another slider in there, and that's a called strike. From Trevecca Nazarene University, a rising junior, from Franklin, Tennessee, Centennial High School. The 1-2, it's down. Son of Ed and Julie Sweeney, brother to Bryson, grandson of Mimi in Franklin. Nana is in College Grove, Tennessee. It looked like a changeup. Brings us to a Full Count Ministries. Full Count. His mentor is Chandler Phelps, another longtime Full Count Ministry supporter. Out to right field. This could be trouble, but no. Nolan Sargent playing, or John Paul Head playing right field tonight. Makes a catch for out number 2. He was shading Alex Frawley over toward right field. That ball landed or in the glove, but 30 feet from the line. Now big left-handed hitting first baseman Wyatt Burris steps to the plate. That's fouled out of play into the park area here in Madisonville. A AAA autoglass foul ball. Swing and a miss. So when he struck out 4, looking for 1 here, doesn't get it on the swing as the pitch lands high. The Dorns, young Vanessa Vamos Ritmo. Job blowing. Assume they're pretty happy to get their daddy back home. He was down in Nicaragua this past week. 2-2 pitch. Just missed outside. He was trying to take a bite of that corner, and another Full Count Ministries full count. It's fouled off. Full count first pitch foul ball. Sweeney's bent over out on the mound. He needs some water, he says. Said game time temperature was 90 degrees, feels like 101, and looks like Ryan is not feeling good. They're going to try to get him a glass of water. Maybe somebody's got some Powerade as well. We don't bring a trainer on the road. And I guess they have a trainer out there. Assume that's that fella in the black shorts and the white shirt. Brad Swope is the trainer for Full Count Rhythm, and looks like Sweeney's going to try to gut this out, at least try to get through this batter. Wyatt Burris, he's retired the first 2 here in the bottom of the second on a ground out and a fly out. And he's got a full count pitch coming to Wyatt Burris. And the delivery, another slider and another foul ball as Burris is hanging tough. Burris playing in his 7th game, hitting 174. He does have 1 big fly, 3 RBIs on the season. Swing and a miss, and a Safeware strikeout. Ends the inning. That's his 5th of the game. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We are scoreless through 2, scheduled for 9 here at Elmer Kelly Stadium in Madisonville, Kentucky. We'll be right back.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese on the Full Count Broadcast Network. We're on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us this Sunday evening. Rhythm to send 8-9-1 to the plate to face Caden Wooldridge, left-hander from Montevallo. He's a Montevallo Falcon, where former Rhythm player Ethan Huddleston just finished his career. Elijah Stockton, Lou D'Alessio in the top of the lineup, Cade Moore here in the top of the third inning. Stockton, a Kentucky Wesleyan Panther, 5'10", 190 pounds, from Gallatin, Tennessee, Friendship Christian High School, the son of Eric and Tony Stockton, brother to Graham, Ellie, and Evan. Left-handed hitter stands in. Lefty on lefty. Send thanks for the start with a left-handed pitcher. Big strike one. Grandma's in Gallatin now. She used to live in Chicago. And Papa and Mimi, they're down in Warner Robins as the breaking pitch stays inside. Elijah, a couple doubles in his last start. Check the swing, but the breaking pitch whispers at the outside corner. I believe that was the rain delay game the other night. I saw one of those doubles. Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes here to lead off the third. I joined Zach Williams, who pinch hit for me that night. I was able to get there after my 4 high school games over at Vol State, and joined Zach after the rain delay. Lou D'Alessio, the newest Peacock for St. Peter's, looks at ball one. Just recently signed and got out of the portal. There's a pitch in the left-handed batter's box for a called strike. D'Alessio from Red Bank, New Jersey, is going to take another strike. D'Alessio 2 for 5 in the 11-5 victory by Full Count here back on June 9th. Wooldridge tried to step on a fastball there and missed arm side. Lou went 2 for 5 that night, but then I think he ended up hurt and was replaced by Parker Staborski, who also got 2 at-bats. So the leadoff spot got 7 plate appearances that night as a AAA autoglass foul ball gets into the parking lot. And there it is, AAA. They do business in Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Texas, New York, the Carolinas, Georgia. Where don't they do business? 2-2. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Back-to-back strikeouts for Wooldridge. It's 3 for the first 9 that he's faced. Only giving up an infield single. Now Cade Moore popped out to the second baseman, stands in with 2 out and nobody on. Moore hitting .293, playing in his 10th game of the year. It's the 17th game for Full Count, who are in first place with an 11-5 record. Second place, the Henderson Flash, they're 9-5, played 2 less games. See how quickly I did that math. Grounded foul down the third base line. Carson Howard just gives it a look. Gets into the Rhythm bullpen. Looks like somebody might be up, loosening just in case. Grounded to the left side. It's in the hole, and Parnan's not going to be able to backhand that one in time to be able to throw the first. I would assume that is another infield single. Have to wait and see how the official score rules that one. Moore with 12 hits. That would make 13 in his 11th single. He has 2 doubles on the year. Now John Paul Head struck out in the first. Yard card here in the 3rd inning. I'm going to go ahead and use my yard card early. Go back and look and see when the last time John Paul hit a home run. I know he hit one here that night, the 11-5 22 hit barrage. Pops this one up. It should get out of play. Burris going to give it a look. Climbs the fence. No, he doesn't. I saw it land, and I think it landed in the playing area, but Burris could not make the grab. On the other side of the first base dugout where the Madisonville Miners hang out. Rhythm in the third base dugout, right next to the concession stand and press box and the air-conditioned bathroom. That's the place to be here today, I'll tell you that. Was going to visit his second time to EMI, but the game got moved up. That's off the foot of Woldridge. He's going to try to throw Paul Head out. John Paul is safe at first base. And that's back-to-back hits brought to you by Old Hickory Bats. I lost my yard card, but a 3rd infield single off of Woldridge. Now 2 on and 2 out. I guess they checked on him. I think that got somewhere in his foot. Then caromed over to shortstop. Parnan was able to corral that carom and make a throw, but Head beat it out. Nolan Sargent at the plate, breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Sargent was a strikeout victim to end the first inning. John Paul Head is a very unusual hitter. He picked up his 5th strikeout yesterday and his 6th now today, but he has walked 20 times. That ratio is unheard of, especially for a power hitter. He has 7 doubles, which leads the Ohio Valley League. 3 home runs, that's near the top. Hayden Jones with Henderson has 5. I don't think there's anybody else that has 4. I'd have to check Fulton Railroaders. Runner from second takes off, pitches high, and there's going to be no throw, and that was a great jump. As the double steal by Cade Moore, John Paul Head followed him up, went down to second. Now 2 in scoring position for Sargent. 4 RBIs in yesterday's game. That's going to get by. Play at the plate is the toss from Frawley is not in time, and the wild pitch gives the Rhythm the Framework Athletics first run of the game. And I've got a 3-ball, 1 strike count. Framework Athletics, that's where the Rhythm meet the Anchor Transportation bus, and our bus driver, Steven Ardito, got us here safely today. No blown tires. Fastball down, and that's ball 4. Putting runners at first and third as we'll have a visit to the mound by Brian Campbell. That's the first walk of the game by Caden Woldridge. He retired the first 2 batters of the inning via the strikeout. Then an infield single by Cade Moore, another infield single off the foot of Caden Woldridge. But runners at first and second, a double steal put them at second and third. Then a wild pitch scored Moore. Head moved down to third base. Now ball 4 to Nolan Sargent puts runners at first and third. Get that runner over there as I check the scoreboard on the computer. And Jake Merritt's going to get a chance to add to the Rhythm lead. 1 run, 3 hits, 8 errors, the scoreboard shows. I remember that the last time. It shows in the hit or error area on the scoreboard out there, it says 8. In the at-bat area, it says 8. So 8s are wild out there on the scoreboard, but the numbers are bright. Woodridge, after the visit, delivers a pitch about a helmet high to Merrick outside for ball 1. Jake at the first hit of the ball game, an infield single. His 20th hit of the year. He and John Paul Head with 20 plus. Runner takes off at first. Jake smartly takes that slider. Does not attempt to swing at it. And a stolen base for Sargent. That's his 4th in 4 attempts. John Paul Head picked up his 7th, as did Cade Moore earlier in the inning. 2-0 pitch is high. Frawley has to hop up out of the crouch. And now 3 balls and no strikes as the Madisonville Miners dugout starts to stir. And looks like they'll send a few folks down to the bullpen. Their bullpen is in the sun. The Rhythm bullpen in the shade. Same for the dugouts. 3-0 pitch. Merrick will square around the bunt, take a slider down low, and he draws his 18th walk of the year. And the bases are jammed with baby blue uniformed players. Back-to-back walks for Wooldridge. That'll bring Blake Carter to the plate. He popped out to shallow center field in his first at-bat. The Lipscomb University product from Knoxville, Tennessee. See if he takes the first pitch. He does, and almost looked like Frawley might have been crossed up there. He caught that awkwardly. Ball 1. 6'3", 215-pound sophomore. Business finance major, the son of Clark and Kimberly Carter, brother to Caroline, granddaddy and grandmama in Kingsport. Takes a slider in there for a called strike. And the fans show some encouragement. Grandpa Marie, Nana, and Peepaw Mitch are in the Tri-Cities area. Carter, 2 games of 4 RBIs. As that ball is going to be down, they're going to score 1. They're going to hold the runner at third. Sargent, pretty good turnaround there with 2 outs, but Carson Howard held him up. Bases remain loaded, and the second run driven in by Blake Carter. John Paul Head scores his 21st run of the year. Now Sargent at third, Merrick at second. All this happening with 2 outs. Now Trace Simmons already has a 3-run home run here earlier. Rhythm still looking for their first grand slam of the year. First pitch is up. Simmons in the transfer portal after 1 year at Lincoln Memorial University. He's from Beach High School in Hendersonville. Looking for a new opportunity. Takes a called strike. Eight RBIs for Simmons. 3 of those were right here in Madisonville as he taps that one off of his leg. Now he's down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trey, 6'1", 205-pound rising sophomore, son of Keith and Amy Simmons. Brother to Kaylee, Paul and Ma in Shannon, Mississippi. Papa and Mimi in Hendersonville. New Jack City, Jackson Benjamin is his mentor. 1-2 pitch, right down the middle. Taken for strike 3. Trace wishes he had that at-bat back. He has a big opportunity missed. Wooldridge ends up striking out the side, but not before the Rhythm scored 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and left 3 aboard. 2-0 Rhythm lead. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Hey, we're back. Oh, computer glitch there. I'd blame it on the operator, but I don't want to do that. That's me. Ryan Sweeney is back out on the mound. Waited for Trace Simmons to come out after concluding as Simmons throws down to second base. He's got to put that at bat behind him now. Nobody likes to take a strike right down the middle of the plate with the bases loaded, I'll tell you that. Rhythm with two in the top of the third, lead 2-0. At least that's what I hope my scoreboard said. It does. We'll see if Caden Wooldridge comes back out for the fourth inning. First pitch to Dylan Toller, the number 9 hole hitters, up. Toller from Sellersburg, Indiana. He's also a Panther from Kentucky Wesleyan. Just to back away from that slider. Got some folks up in the Rhythm bullpen. They're stirring around. There's a swing and a miss on a 2-0 off-speed pitch. Used to tell my son, don't ever get fooled on a first strike. That's exactly what happened right there. It's not the pitch you're wanting on 2-0. You just let it go. Sweeney now 3 balls in a strike. The 3-1. A nice slider in there. Full Count Ministries, Full Count. Ground ball to Stockton at second. He gloves, has a little trouble getting it out of it. Does, and throws a strike over to Blake Carter for out number 1.
The shortstop, number 6, Jace Harney.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Jace Parnan. I know he was here 2 years ago. Not sure if he played last year for the Madisonville Miners, as the Rhythm were out of the OVL. I think he played 3 years ago and 2 years ago. So I'm going to guess this is either his 3rd or 4th straight year to play as he squares around a bunt and takes a strike. Ground ball to third. Cade Moore gloves and throws a strike to Blake Carter. And that's 2 ground outs to begin the bottom of the third.
Number 4,
Pete Britton, the second baseman, stands in. Strikeout victim. And the first strikeout victim that had to go back to the dugout. Jace Parnan struck out but reached on a pass ball by Trace Simmons. It was a borderline pass ball. Might have got down into the dirt. So that pitch nearly hits Britton. but Simmons couldn't originally glove it, and it kicked over to his left. And then he stabbed at it about 2 or 3 times. Never could get the handle, and Parnan reached first. Ended up stealing second, but that's where he was stranded. As Ryan Sweeney struck out 4 batters officially in the first inning. Set a rhythm record. That pitch goes behind Britton. All of a sudden, Sweeney is having issues with finding that catcher's mitt now. Struggled with Parnan and ended up getting the ground out, but he's gone 3-0 as the breaking pitch stays up and a 4-pitch walk. First walk of the ball game for Ryan Sweeney. Cliff Weisinger, the second, will stand in. Weisinger from McDonough, Georgia. Plays his ball at Auburn University in Montgomery. Two out, 1 on. Runner goes to second on a delayed steal. The pitch sails over the top of Weisinger. And Sweeney might need another drink of water. He's looking over at the bullpen. Again, I don't see anybody actually actively throwing, but they are standing. Swing and a miss on look like a cutter there. Weisinger not thinking that Sweeney's struggling to throw strikes. He swung on a pitch that is not going to get the zone. Playing in his 16th game, Weisinger. Same pitch, same result. Swing and a miss. This is the 17th game of the year for Madisonville, so he's been in all of those, hitting .340. He's got 18 hits, a couple doubles, 3 home runs. Same pitch. This time he does not swing, and that's a Safeware strikeout. A backward K in the book. Second time that Weisinger has gone down. This time, as Todd Neal says, you need anything? Nope, just looking. Weisinger, 25th, 26th strikeout of the year. After 3, the Rhythm lead 2-0. Wooldridge back out for the top of the 4th. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
United Machine & Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine & Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine & Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Top of the 4th we go. Just found out I got bad information from my director from last night. My grandson's team did not win. Came in second. That's why you need to check your sources. I thought I could trust her. Found out after almost 37 years, I got to get a second source for any intel that she delivers, especially baseball related, I guess. Honey, don't leave me hanging like that. Foul ball off of Jake Turr's bat. The first pitch delivered by Wooldridge here in the 4th. I should have waited for my daughter to send the information. She was there. Ground ball up the middle. Parnan on 2 hops, gloves, and steadies himself. Throws over to first to retire Jake Turr. He's got a couple ground outs to the shortstop. He's 0 for 2. And Elijah Stockton, strikeout victim in the 3rd inning, stands in. Sun going down here in Madisonville, Kentucky. Coming up on an hour played. Just sliced into the Rhythm bullpen by Stockton. Elijah playing his 8th game of the year. Left-handed hitting second baseman. Able to hold up on that breaking pitch. It lands down in the dirt. Played extra innings, my son-in-law says, and they lost 13-12 in extras. They were up 5-0. There's a fastball at the letters for a called strike. I was watching. They scored 5 in the first. I think they scored 4 in the second. They were up 9-4 when I had to stop watching. 13-12, that team came back. I think they had just got done beating that team 16-2. Slider slid a little bit too far out for this umpire. Why did I clear the count? 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 1 out, nobody on. Full count Ministries, full count. Played 5 games in 2 days, did Reese Snapka. Full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Stockton down on strikes as Woodridge kept on firing that breaking pitch. This is the 5th strikeout by Woodridge, who got the first 2 outs in the 3rd, then gave up single, walk, single. Looked like a pattern developing. And with the bases loaded, Trace Simmons took fastball right down Broadway for a call strike. That looked like a pretty good pitch right there, but Frowley didn't catch it. If there was a runner on, that would have been a pass ball. I don't know what. And the pitch looked like it was right across the plate. The entire row went to get something to eat. Hopefully they're done for the game. That breaking pitch misses down. Had a whole family that walked right in front of my cameras again. I'm going to need some caution tape. Plenty of other places to get in. There's Trish, the former president. Zetman's grounded to second base. Pete Britton casually throws over to first for a 1-2-3 inning. And the Rhythm, bottom 3 in the order go down. 1, 2, 3. On to the bottom of the 4th. Rhythm with a 2-0 lead. Looking to keep the winning streak going, get it to 5 games. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Let's shout. Ryan Sweeney gutting it out, trying to get through 4 as he comes back out on the mound. in the first inning.
Now batting
I believe that was the first inning. Might have been the second, actually.
Hunter.
He had gotten through 2 batters, and then he had to take a little break, take a water break. Apparently he feeling a little bit overheated or dizzy. He's going to face 4, 5, and 6 in the minors lineup here in the bottom of the 4th. Struck out 6 so far in 3 innings. It's that slider that nibbles on the inside corner for a called strike. Got almost 50 of you joining on YouTube tonight. Good to have you along. Some of you might be Miners fans. They do not have a video broadcast here. They broadcast. Boyce Tate is their broadcaster. He's on the local radio station here. Been with them for 12 years. As that breaking pitch hits the letters on the inside corner. Coulter Hamilton is hit by a pitch the last time he was at the plate. He was not in agreement with that call. Hamilton, a good-looking player for the Miners. Normally, as the shortstop's got a cannon for an arm. Plays at Indiana University Southeast from Brownsburg, Indiana. 1-2 pitch, stays high. Sweeney likes that breaking pitch tonight. Hamilton fouls that one off. That will get back in the field of play. Not sure who takes care of the field here at Elmer Kelly, but got some weeding to do around the warning track area behind home plate. Hamilton playing in his 16th game, swings and misses. Simmons applies the tag, and that's a Safeware strikeout.
The right fielder, 2.
Hamilton's 11th strikeout of the year. Plunked for the 6th time earlier. Cooper Wright was a strikeout victim to end the first. He was what set the record for Ryan Sweeney. He's got some strikeout records now as that first pitch misses wide. He's got the most consecutive strikeouts by a full count rhythm pitcher. I would venture to say by anybody in the Ohio Valley League. This is, again, 12 straight last year in 5 different games. Slider catches the letters right over the plate for a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. I have to ask Ryan if some of those are cutters and some are sliders. Some don't break as far. I've got a 3-1 count. They have 2-1 on the scoreboard. And a called strike. And I think I'm right because he started to head down to first base thinking that was going to be ball 4. Cooper Wright's going to have to look at a full count Ministries, full count. And that one is ball 4. Second walk in 4 batters for Sweeney. I think this will be the last inning for Ryan. I've got 4. Yeah, I got 4. I think that's. He's down at first base. They're going to let him have first base. I don't know who was saying that it was not ball 4. I would assume the home plate umpire has the balls and strikes. Not sure. Not all of them have clickers anymore or counters, balls, strike, outs. Trey Simmons went out to have a confab with Sweeney. See if they got everything straightened out. He'll face Will Bombersbach. Bombersbach, the newest minor, the DH, grounded out the 3rd to lead off the 2nd. batting here with one on and one out. At the letters, another cutter. And the Miners fans not happy with the strike zone of our home plate umpire. Big hop up first base by Cooper Wright. Popped up and straight back. That's a AAA autoglass foul ball that gets, I think, to the putt-putt golf course that is right behind the stadium. This is a huge city park. I think there's a swimming pool here. There's a golf course, putt-putt. Swing and a miss on the ball in the dirt, and another Safeware strikeout as the batter is out because of the occupied base at first. That's the 8th strikeout of the ball game. My recollection, Logan Harrell has 10 strikeouts. I believe that was in the very first game of the year. Only there was a way I could find out. Hey, there it is. It's right there on the sheet of paper that I wrote myself way back on May 31st. Ground ball to Stockton. He makes the tag on Cooper Wright, who was trying to avoid the tag. Frawley reaches on the fielder's choice, but Cooper Wright is a third out on a 4 unassisted. Sweeney with a couple of strikeouts in the inning, and that might end his night. If so, pretty gutsy performance. No runs, no hits, 1 runner left on base in that inning, as he has not allowed a hit. Was walked 2 and struck out 8. We'll see what Jimmy Gamboa, the acting manager for the Rhythm, decides when we get to the bottom of the 5th inning. But right now we're going to the top of the 5th. Rhythm lead 2-0. You're listening and watching the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Top of the lineup for the Rhythm, Cade Moore, John Paul Head, and Nolan Sargent face Caden Wooldridge. Had a tough 3rd inning, but otherwise he has only allowed 1 hit. Faced 10 in innings 1, 2, and 4. Faced 8 in the 3rd, gave up 2 runs, stranded 3 runners. Cade Moore hits one high and deep to left field. That will be off the wall and hit hard off the wall. Recovering it is Dylan Toller, and he'll get it back in. Nearly a solo shot to lead off the top of the 5th. Hit off the big Mac Land sign in left field for a leadoff doodad double. Moore now 2 for 3. I thought he might have gotten one. 345, though, down the lines. 355 in the alleys and 335 in dead center field. Apparently, they have something out there in center field they couldn't go farther back on. Now, John Paul Head, who had an infield single off of Wooldridge's lower extremity. I think he hit it off his foot. Takes a breaking pitch that stays outside. And apparently Wooldridge and Frawley, the catcher, not on the same page. Frawley wants to come out and have a conversation about the pitch, or the signs anyway. Wooldridge expressed some frustration there, put the arms out. Moore trying to cool off, takes his helmet off out there at second base. It is 27 RBIs. Had 3 in yesterday's game. He started the game with 3 straight hits. Started talking about the most hits in a game by a Rhythm player. Ended up finding that it was Drew Robertson in 2023. He went 5 for 5 that year in a game. John Paul Head's gone 4 hits a couple of times. One of them was the 11-5 victory back on June 9th here in Madisonville. Ball gets by the catcher. He didn't know where it was at first, but finally locates it. Moore stays put. 22 hits back on June 9th. 3 Rhythm players, John Paul Head, Trace Simmons, and Nolan Sargent, 4 apiece. John Paul Head had 5 RBIs that night. He had 2 doubles and a home run. Started to go on the inside slider, but able to hold up. 3 balls and a strike. They want to check out at second base to see if Head went around on his swing, but determined he did not, or ruled that. 3-1 pitch. Let's see if I used my yard card on him the last time. Runner from second goes. A pitch is in there for a called strike, and Head's going to have to look at a full count. Ministries full count, but this time he's going to have a runner at third base. I think he thought that was high, but home plate umpire has been calling that a high strike all night long. Wooldridge puts one up there like that again. John Paul might drive this one out of here to dead center. Full count pitch. He lets the slider go. That is ball 4. John Paul looking back into the crowd as he draws his 21st walk of the season. That leads all players in the Ohio Valley League. 3rd walk of the game by Wooldridge, and another visit by Brian Campbell, and that might end his evening. Check and see how many pitches he's thrown. According to Game Changer, he's at 73. As Nolan Sargent, a left-handed hitter, and they've made the call. They're going to go to the bullpen, so we'll take a break, tell you about the new pitcher when we return on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
New pitcher on for Madisonville, a right-hander, Gavin Sebi from Shorewood, Illinois, Indiana University Southeast, and he comes on in relief of Caden Wooldridge, who has pitched 2 batters into the 5th, so 4+ innings. Given up 5 hits to this point, 2 runs. The 2 runners on base are his responsibility. Walked 3, struck out 5, and faced 20 batters. So he gives way to Sebi. Sebi on for his 3rd appearance of the year, 2nd in relief He's gone 3 1/3 innings, giving up 6 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs. Struck out 3, has not walked or plunked a batter this year. He will come on with nobody out and runners at the corners. Mike Kelly rooting for John Paul Head. Mike Kelly just got back from Nicaragua along with his son. Sure, he's having a restful Sunday today. 6'1", 215-pound John Paul Head from Vestavia Hills drew his 21st walk and has only struck out 6 times. That is an unbelievable stat. Nolan Sargent struck out in the first and walked in the third. Looks at the first pitch that is boxed by Frawley, and Cade Moore's going to come in and score.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest.
Well, I got to get rid of that commercial. Why in the world did that happen? I need my director. Ball 1. Ground ball to second base, and that will move the runner over to third. There's the first out. Sargent now 0 for 2. I've got a pass ball. I have to check to see. It is a pass ball that was charged. Head now at third base. Jake Merrick with an opportunity to drive in a run. Infield has drawn into the grass. Merrick's been on base both times he's come to the plate. An infield single in the second inning and walked, but was stranded at second. Slow breaking pitch taken for a strike from Sebby, S-E-B-B-Y. On deck, Blake Carter. 1 out, 1 in, 1 on. Merrick taps one foul. That fastball had some movement downward and into Merrick. Cade Moore's scored 2 runs tonight. He now has 14 runs scored on the season. Got a late start, just playing in his 10th game. Merrick watches that slider land low and away. Miners wearing their yellow tops and white bottoms. Rhythm in their all baby blues, tops and bottoms. Wearing their baby blue hats as well. 2 balls, 2 strike pitch. Merrick fouls that one off the screen behind home plate. Rhythm looking for another run here. Cade Moore started the inning off with a double off the left field wall. John Paul Head walked. That ball is hit high to left center field, but shallow. On comes Dylan Toller. He makes a sliding catch, but his throw is not in time to get hit at home. So a sac fly scores the 4th run. RBI to Merrick. That's his 18th of the year. It's his 3rd sacrifice fly of the year. He leads the club in that category. John Paul Head scores the 2nd run of the game. He now has 22 runs scored. And the Rhythm lead 4-0. Blake Carter bats with 2 outs and nobody on. Takes a pitch right on the inside portion of the plate for strike 1. He single drove in a run in the 3rd inning. 2 out RBI. Not a lot of effort there to catch that ball. Tough being a catcher in it feels like 101. He doesn't have a big fan over his head. It might end up being as Blake Carter gets another knock. That one gets right by the diving shortstop Jace Parnan. And a 2-out base hit again for Blake Carter. He's 2 for 3. So he sees that batting average start to rise. Got a knock in yesterday's game. Of course, Nolan Sargent had the walk-off winner, the double that cleared the bases and gave Full Count a 14-4 win. They scored 7 runs in the bottom of the 8th to walk it off. That's hit and placed in right center field. A back-to-back hits brought to you by Old Hickory Bats. Trace Simmons at the end of the bat onto that one. He's now 1 for 3. All this off Gavin Sebi. Those 2 runs, though, were charged to Cade Woldridge. Have to see what Game Changer says in terms of earned runs for Woldridge, as one of those runs passed or came in on a pass ball, but the ground out by Nolan Sargent would have scored him anyway and moved John Paul Head. So I think they're earned. And they do show in Game Changer as earned right now. Fisted, that might drop into right field. It will, off of Jake Turr's bat, rounding third, Blake Carter. And a couple of bleeders following the base hit by Blake Carter scored another run. And runners at the corners, and the Rhythm lead 5-0. That was fisted by Jake Turr over the first baseman's head, Wyatt Burris. Bloop single. Trace Simmons moves all the way over to third. Carter scores. A lot of 2-out RBIs for Full Count. Now Elijah Stockton at the plate. Struck out twice tonight. Looks at a called strike. It winks at the outside corner as it goes by. 4 hits in the inning and back-to-back hits brought to you by Old Hickory Bats. Thanks to Chad Lamberth and folks up in Old Hickory Bat Company for their support, not only of Full Count Rhythm Baseball, but Full Count Ministries. Chad Lamberth is on the board. He's a board member, as is Todd Hunley of Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Wonder if Todd and Linda did the Cruise Rivergate. Late swing there by Stockton, and he fouls that one out of play. A AAA autoglass. Foul ball. No souvenirs here for foul balls from AAA autoglass. Not sure what those guys get. They bring those balls back. 1-2 pitch, sails outside. Trace Simmons with a sharp eye on Frawley to see if he was going to be able to catch that one. It went way wide. Probably would have been behind a right-handed batter. 8th batter to come to the plate here in the 5th. Another protective swing that gets into the bullpen. Bird down at first. He has not attempted to steal. Maybe he wants to keep the hole there for the left-handed hitter. Fastball is high and a Full Count Ministries full count. Turner will be off with this pitch, though, or he should be. Yes, and the pitch is outside. Stockton draws the walk. Looks like an off-speed pitch, maybe a changeup delivered to Stockton. First walk of the game for Gavin Sebi, who's on in relief of Caden Woldridge, who goes 4 innings, gives up 5 hits, 4 runs. They were earned, walked 3, struck out 5, faced 20 batters. As the umpire is writing down something. Not sure if maybe somebody was warned or not, but he is standing in front of home plate and he is finishing up some paperwork. Bases loaded. 2 outs, 5-0 Rhythm lead. Lou DeLessio at the plate, 0 for 2. He is due. He was 0 for 5 in the game the other night that he played in. Breaking pitch missed, maybe down. Home plate umpire might be a little peeved with the Miners right now. Lou playing in his second game after his trip back home to sign his commitment. He hits one high and deep to left center field. Did he get it? Back he goes, and that will hit off the base of the wall. 2 will come in. They're going to hold the runner at third. Elijah Stockton might have got caught watching a little bit too much with 2 outs. Would have thought he might have been able to score on that. But Lou DeLessio nearly rode one out of here. But another 2-out knock. He picks up a couple RBIs. Stockton now at third, and that is a dudette double off the bat of Lou DeLessio. Rhythm had put a fistful of runs on the board here in the top of the 5th. That's your 5 for 5. We'll have our alumni spotlight as that's a sharp ground ball to third base. A throw to first, dug out of there by Wyatt Burris as Cade Moore in his second at-bat of the inning grounds out, doubled in his first. The Rhythm send 10 to the plate, score 5 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. All 5 runs were earned. No errors, and 2 runners were left on base. As we now head to the bottom of the 5th, but we're going to keep it right here. We have the Full Count Rhythm spotlight going on. Hang tight. I've got a question from somebody. Spectator here asked what our record is. As last night, Nolan Sargent, a walk-off winner, is a mercy rule walk-off winner, but it walked us off nonetheless. In 2023, the Rhythm had 6 walk-off wins, and one of those was by a mercy rule. Drew Robertson, who we talked about a lot yesterday, got a walk-off walk and an RBI against DuBois County a couple of years ago. Rhythm won 2-1 in that game. Wild pitch scored Reese Holbrook in the 10th inning, a 5-4 win over Hoptown, and the Madisonville Miners, the Rhythm defeated back on July 1st, 2023. Henry the Eagle Jackson, Henry the Tribe Jackson, had a single that drove in a run. A Rhythm won 5-4. 12-2 mercy rule won by Jackson Cothran. 2 RBI single against the Clarksville Whirlybirds. The Paducah Chiefs went down in the 10th. Another Jackson Cothran sacrifice bunt. I don't know how you get a sacrifice bunt that walks it off, because normally you would go ahead and throw that ball to the plate to try to get him. So maybe it's a single, but won 10-9. And Sammy Slaughter, a home run to defeat Paducah Chiefs in the 9th in a playoff game back in 2023. And that won that playoff series. It was in Game 3. And the Rhythm, of course, went on to win the championship against Henderson as 6 walk-off winners. The Rhythm now with just 1 this year. As we have a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. While I was reading, I didn't pick up on who this is out here. That's Jacob Newman. And he delivers the first pitch to Wyatt Burris, who swings and misses. We are underway here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rhythm leads 7-0 over the Madisonville Miners. Newman's tried a couple of fastballs that have missed outside. Saw Chris Williard today at Dos Margaritas eating lunch. Saw his black pickup truck out in the parking lot that had a Rhythm sticker on it and a Full Count Ministry sticker on it. As Newman got the swing and a miss on the first pitch and then 4 wide and walked Burris. Chris Williard of the Hendersonville Firefighters Association. He's a big Full Count supporter. And they are supporters of Full Count Rhythm and are our Call to the Bullpen sponsor. Dylan Toller stands in, another left-handed hitter. Fouled back. So he swings after Burris just walked on 4 straight pitches after getting the first pitch strike. Toller grounded out to Elijah Stockton first time he came to the plate. Jacob Newman, 6'2", 195 pounds. He's also from Vestavia Hills. That's where John Paul Head hails from. And he keeps missing arm side with that fastball. Son of Jeff and Lauren Newman. Second-year Rhythm player. Pitching from the stretch and gets a pop-up on the right side. Who wants it? Blake Carter will come in and now back up a few steps, make the catch for out number 1. That was way up into the Kentucky sky. Back to the top of the lineup, Jace Parnan, 0 for 2. Reach base on a strikeout and a pass ball. Newman on for his 4th appearance of the year, 5 2/3 innings, giving up 3 hits, 1 run. It was not earned. Walked 1, struck out 7. Not allowed an earned run. Comes in relief here in the 5th inning for Ryan Sweeney. Goes 4 no-hit shutout innings. First right-handed batter that Newman faces, and he delivers a slider way outside. I don't think Sweeney felt the best today. His line's going to look really good, though. Walked 2, struck out 8. Did plunk a batter. Parnan was nearly hit with that pitch. Newman has delivered about 9 pitches, and I think only 2 have been strikes. Needs a ground ball to a middle infielder, get him out and get him over the maybe any jitters that he might have, but he delivers that fastball. Stepped on it, but it was high. Parnan now with the 3-0 count. I would assume he's going to be taking down by 7. Newman with a long wait, and he delivers. That's a called strike. Parnan tosses his bat. He's going to have to come back and get it, because he's going to need that for a 3-1 pitch. Parnan trying to influence the home plate umpire. I would say he is more calling that upper strike. He does have a higher strike zone, but he's been the same the whole game. There's another one. On the outside corner, we'll have a Full Count Ministries Full Count. Stay tuned. Near the end of the game, we'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. We'll also have the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game. Ryan Sweeney, a candidate with 8 strikeouts in 4 innings. Popped up. Jacob Newman came all the way back and induces the pop-up from Jace Parnan. So after the leadoff walk to Wyatt Burris,
Number 4.
it's a pop out to the first baseman, and now a pop out to the second baseman. Pete Britton struck out in the first, walked in the third, stands in. Pete, two-way player. He pitched against Full Count the last time these two teams met. He's from Oakland City University. Diedrich, Illinois. And he sticks his nose right on a fastball. Didn't move that melon out of the way. Mark Dixon asked the question in college or Ohio Valley League baseball, can the starter get the win with just 4 innings? The answer is yes. There's a high strike that's not called this time. Mark, yes, that's happened actually quite a number of times. These pitchers are on pitch counts or innings counts, mostly pitch counts. So starters, for the most part, they don't want them even to go 5 innings, 6 innings. You don't see that happen very often. And now Newman's gone 3-0 to the second straight batter, Pete Britton. So I know it happened here the last time we were here because I had to let the official scorer know that whoever it was that pitched in that game, I think that was, there's a 3-0 pitch in there for a call strike. I have it right here. Petricka. Roman Petricka only went 4 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs in that game. And I let it was Will Cox, the commissioner of the league, who scored that game. And I said, hey, he needs to get that win. He's a broken back ground ball to shortstop, and they're going to go the easy way to second base. That thing took an extreme left turn as Jake Turr was looking at that. But quick enough or able to have enough time to make a play was Turr, flips to Stockton to retire Burris at second base. So, yes, I would expect that Ryan Sweeney is in line for the win if the Rhythm can hold on. We're heading to the 6th. Full count, getting their turn at the bat again. We'll be right back.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Top of the 6th, Rhythm batted 10 around in the 5th inning. John Paul Head will lead off for Full Count here in the 6th, getting his 4th plate appearance. So the first pitch delivered by Gavin Sebi in there for a called strike. Rhythm have come close to driving a ball out of Elmer Kelly Stadium twice here. Ground ball, that's a base hit for John Paul Head. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Whoops. Not a strike. That is a single. He's now 2 for 3. And a good start for Full Count. I believe that is hit number 10 of the ball game. Nolan Sargent's looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 2. Grounded out to second in his last at-bat. Runner takes off. Pitch is a ball. Throw down is off of Head's back, I believe. Catch not made. Stolen back for John Paul. That's his second of the evening. That's now 8. He takes the lead from Moore. 1-0 pitch to Sargent is outside. I'm sorry, Kate's got a couple stolen bases as well, so they're still tied at 8. Changeup misses low and inside, ball 3. Rio misses down low, and Sargent's happy to take the walk. Second walk given up by Sebi. Now Jake Merrick, he just keeps coming to the plate with the runners on base the last 3 at-bats as that fastball misses right by his chin. He led off the second inning, only time he has not been at the plate with runners on base. Walked in the third, drove in a run with a sac fly to left field. In the 5th, fisted over toward the Miners bullpen. Burris gives chase, but he can't catch up with that one. Count goes a ball and a strike. Rhythm scored 2 in the 3rd and then put 5 on in the 5th. Leads 7-0, 7 runs, 10 hits now for Full Count. No runs yet for the Madisonville Miners, nor have they collected a hit yet. Oh no, he said it. That's lined to right field. Back is Cooper Wright, and that goes over his head. It rolls all the way to the wall. That should score 2. Rounding third, John Paul Head. Right behind him is Nolan Sargent. And into third base with a 2-run triple, Jake Merrick. And the Rhythm lead 9-0.
Now batting,
3 runs batted in by Merrick. That is the second triple of the year. And I think both triples have been right into that right field corner. Nolan Sargent had one. It is the second triple, and time's called as the Miners will gather together. I'm not sure that they're gathering together for prayer, but they could be. You can pray with your eyes open, looking right at somebody. Guess we're just trying to settle down Gavin Sebi, who's given up a single to John Paul Head, walked Nolan Sargent, and a triple that got over the leaping Cooper Wright, the right fielder. Might have taken a little bit of a bad angle. The ball did not look like it was going to go that far. Again, this is an unusual stadium here in terms of depth perception for, I'm sure, even outfielders. I mean, it's not as unusual as Fulton Lowhouse Field, Fulton, Kentucky, with a 220-foot fence down the right field line. Blake Carter, he's 2 for 3. Got an opportunity to drive in a run, takes a strike from Gavin Sebi. Carter now in double digits in RBIs. And he is now over the Mendoza line in the batting average. I don't have it, but he came in at 197. Pops that one out of play, a AAA autoglass foul ball into the parking lot here. Elmer Kelly Stadium. Carter down in the count 0-2. Single drove in a run in the 3rd and singled to left field and later scored on a double by Lou DeLessio, I believe. Got up on his tippy toes to hit that one. Actually, I think he was driven in by Jake Turr's little bloop. That's what it was, because Rhythm had 2 outs and it had already scored 2 runs. Sorry, they had 1 out when that happened. Nope, I was right the first time. 2 outs. Ground out by Sargent and a sac fly by Merrick. Then Carter, Simmons, and Turr back-to-back hits as a chopper to Parnan on 1 hop, and he looks to run her back at third and throws Carter out at first base. Infield drawn in there. And that's first out. Infield will stay drawn in for Trey Simmons, who's 1 for 3. He's going to look at a new pitcher. Brian Campbell out of the dugout, and he has made the call. We'll take a break and we'll be back to tell you all we know about the new pitcher when we return on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Another right-hander out of the Miners bullpen, Brady Weitzel from Sellersburg, Indiana, also an Oakland City University player. The third pitcher out for the Miners. Caden Wooldridge got the start. Went 4+ innings. Gave way to Gavin Sebi, who goes 1 1/3, gives up 6 hits, 5 runs to this point. 2 walks, does not strike out a batter, faces 12. Gives way to Weitzel with a runner at third base and 1 out. See if I can find some statistical accomplishments for Mr. Weitzel. They're in game changer. 7 1/3 innings. This is his 6th appearance, all in relief. 12 hits, 6 runs that were earned. Has walked 11, struck out 3, so he has struggled with command. Has also plunked 2 opponents. He'll face Trey Simmons and probably Jake Turer. Jay Myers, your guess is it was a prayer meeting. Listening in from White House. Jay, if you sent a late post last night on Facebook, I did not get it. I didn't see it. Tim Ferguson. Sometimes I like to call him Fitzgerald. Tim Ferguson, our public address announcer, texted me and said that you may have sent a late post. I'm sorry I didn't see it. I tried to go back and look at it on the comments, but apparently I don't understand Facebook well enough. I thought I could go back and look at the comments all I wanted. Actually, an administrator on the Full Count Rhythm Facebook page, and I couldn't see it. But anyway, I didn't mean to ignore you. I just didn't see it as we finished up. Jay Myers, the father of J.C. Myers, and my part-time research assistant here on the Full Count broadcast. One of these days we're going to meet, Jay. When you're at a ball game, let me know. Breaking pitch to Simmons, taken for ball 1. Although, if I meet you, then you're probably going to want to get paid as a research assistant, and then we're going to get into something awkward. Fastball at the letters on the outside corner, called strike. Did not draw in where Trey Simmons' single went in the 5th. Takes another pitch right down Broadway, and that's the second time he's taken a pitch that extremely hittable. This time it was not with 2 strikes, as he did in the 3rd. Bet he won't do that again. If he does, somebody needs to get on him. And he slices that one. It's a soft line drive into the glove of Wyatt Burris as he was trying to protect the plate. Now 2 outs. Brings up Jake Turer. He dumped a single just in the outfield grass behind Wyatt Burris, the first baseman. Drove in Blake Carter after a walk. Then Lou D'Alessio nearly hit a grand slam. First of the year for full count, but it hit off the base of the wall in left center field. Ground ball too short. It's going to be a tough play. Parnan backhands in the hole, throws a strike to Wyatt Burris to retire Turr. Nice play there by Parnan to leave Jake Merrick at third base, but the Rhythm pick up 2 more runs on 2 hits. Big hit, the triple by Merrick. Drive in Head and Sargent. No errors. 1 runner was left on base. We are headed to the bottom of the 6th. Rhythm lead 9-0. Trying to end this game early and get back to Sumner County. They're at home tomorrow night and then off on Tuesday. Tell you the rest of the schedule when we return on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. Tim Dixon from North Central University up in Minnesota is on in relief of Jacob Newman, who goes 1 inning, gives up 1 walk, does not allow a hit or a run. And Dixon will come on to face 3, 4, and 5 in the minors lineup. Dixon, 5'10", 200-pound lefty rising senior from Vermilion, South Dakota. Son of Mark and Sonny Dixon. Mark listening in from South Dakota. Hello to Noy, his grandma, in Des Moines, Iowa, as you see Trace Simmons and Tim Dixon going over secrets out there between home plate and pitcher's mound. Staying in the host home of Tim and Susan Reese, his mentor Eric Alexander, fresh back from time away with the Lord and telling others about Jesus. He was on that 2nd week of mission trip. Tim trying to right the ship, and the first pitch he delivers to Weisinger hits him right in the gluteus maximus as he grabs a hold of that as he heads down to first base. He's not rubbing it. He's just holding it. Not the start Tim Dixon was hoping for. Let's see if he can throw a ground ball here. Dixon on for his 5th appearance of the year, 5 1/3 innings, giving up 12 hits, 13 runs, 9 are earned. He's walked 6 batters, struck out 2. He's also plunked now 2 batters. And a swing and a miss by Coulter Hamilton on a pitch in there as the president of the Full Count Board. And Jaggers is the administrator. He and Reed Glover are on the trip to Madisonville. Josh Carmen, it takes 2 people to replace him. Ground ball, that gets into the hole in the left field. There's the first hit of the ball game. And heading to third, the throw, Cade Moore is going to apply the tag, and Weisinger is out. He got a little bit greedy there at third base. Down to second goes Hamilton on the throw. 1 out, down by 9. I don't think that's advisable. 7-5. Weisinger's out. Now the tag actually might not. If you had review, you might want to use a review there. Because Cade Moore might have missed the lead leg. Got the back one. Cooper Wright stands in with a runner at second base. And he gets plunked. Second hit batter.
Now batting the difference.
Brandon Jaggers, you are the man. Bringing a red Gatorade up to the broadcaster. One of the original members started the charter members that started the ministry way back in 2010. Will Bommersbach swings and foul tips that pitch at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Struck out in the fourth, grounded out in the second. Dixon needs a ground ball to a middle infielder right here. Slings a fastball in the inside corner. Called a strike. Doesn't throw it hard. He's counting on changing speeds and movement on his fastball and big sweeping breaking pitch. And pitchers or hitters, there's that sharp breaking pitch that misses low and inside. Does not induce the swing by Bommersbach. Bomers. Bach is how I write it. That's not how it is, but swing and a miss. Tim Dixon gets the strikeout and a Safeware strikeout for out number 2.
Now batting.
Ryan Sweeney had 8 of those in his 4 innings. Now Alex Raleigh, the catcher, with runners at first and second. Cliff Weisinger, the first pitch he saw from Dixon, got plunked right in the rear end. Held on to his seat the whole way down to first base. And Coulter Hamilton with the first hit of the ball game for the Miners. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. Nice play by Elijah Stockton, and he throws on to Carter. And that ends the inning. Tim Dixon works around a couple of hit by pitches and a single by Coulter Hamilton. As no runs come in, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left aboard. We are 2/3 of the way through this game. The Rhythm with a 9-0 lead, looking to get some insurance runs here in the top of the 7th. See if we can end this one early. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
8-9-1 due up for the Full Count Rhythm, trying to get their 5th win in a row. We'll be back home tomorrow to face the Paducah Chiefs. Paducah comes in with a 6-9 record. Let's check on them. How they're doing tonight. They're getting beat by the Hoptown Hoppers 5-2. 4-2 game changer. Elijah Stockton walked in his last at-bat. Struck out in the first 2. Facing Brady Weitzel back out for the Miners. Delivers a breaking pitch outside. Bottom of the 7th, the Chiefs trail the Hoppers at home at Brooks Stadium. Paducah will be at Drakes Creek number 3 tomorrow as Stockton swings through a fastball. Then the Rhythm, the entire Ohio Valley League off on Tuesday, the 24th. Rhythm back on the road at Fulton for the first time since the first game of the year. Back up to see my buddy Eddie Crittenden. Jay Myers, total knee replacement on June 9th. The last time that Rhythm were here at Madisonville. 2-1 lands down in the 3-1 count. Then the Rhythm have a home game as we do the home away, home away, home away, home away, home away, home away. The rest of the year until the last week, fall 4. And then it's away, 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 home. Hope you're keeping up. There will be a test later. Or you could look at your own Dudek Communications printed program. Look in there. It's got a nice schedule. Or you can go online at fullcountrhythm.com. Or maybe you picked up one of those cool magnets. Schedule magnet. Got a couple of those around the house. Got one on my filing cabinet in my office. I think I got a couple on the refrigerator at the house. My wife likes to check that from time to time. Lou D'Alessio takes ball 1 outside. We also have it drawn up on our chalkboard wall right in the kitchen. Has my schedule up there. Sometimes my wife likes to put things on my schedule. Weitzel struggling with the strike zone here. He's gone 2-0 to D'Alessio. But a Dudek double the last time he came up. He's 1 for 3, drove in 2 runs. So the Rhythm have 3 home games this week. Paducah, Henderson on Thursday, and these Madisonville Miners will come to town on Saturday as he misses with a breaking pitch. Rhythm trying to get that 10th run so they can put some pressure on the Miners in the bottom of the 7th. There is a 10-run rule after 7 innings. Rhythm trying to get it 2 nights in a row. We tried that the last time we were here. Couldn't pull it off, and there's ball 4. First to have reached via the free pass. I think Rhythm had a 9-2 lead in that game and ended up winning 11-5. And we're going to have another visit. I wonder if we're going to have another call to the bullpen for, and we are. We're going to bring the right fielder, Cooper Wright, in. We'll take another break. Tell you about Cooper when we return on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
So the right fielder, Cooper Wright, is coming on to pitch. In place of Weitzel. We're going to see who's going to take his spot. And it looks like Bommersbach, the DH, is going to go out to right field. So no change in the batting order for the Miners. Cooper Wright has 2 previous appearances and delivered 2 innings in those appearances, giving up 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. Has not walked a batter, struck out 4, plunked 1 batter. So Cooper Wright, the left-hander, will come on to face Cade Moore with 2 on, nobody out. Weitzel goes 2/3 of an inning. Does not allow a hit. He only faced 4 batters, but he walked the last 2. Did not strike out a batter. Right now is not allowed a run. Did not allow a hit, but the 2 runners on base are his responsibility. Pitchers of record at this point, Caden Wooldridge for the Miners and Ryan Sweeney for the Rhythm. Moore is 2 for 4, stands in. He swings at the first pitch, pops one up in the air. It's in foul territory. Over toward the bullpen, giving chase. It's the third baseman, Coulter Hamilton, and he may have actually run by it. I think he thought it was a little farther into the bullpen. Lost sight of it. It falls to the grass outside of your viewing area for strike 1. It is an all-natural surface, grass and dirt, here at Elmer Kelly Stadium, inside of a large city park. The home of Brian Brown, Madisonville, Kentucky. The father of former Rhythm player Zane Brown last year, and upcoming White House High School catcher / shortstop Barrett Brown. That breaking pitch misses way outside and looked like Cooper Wright was a big smile on his face. It shows he's an infielder and outfielder. It does not indicate that he's a pitcher. LaGrange College. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. That's lifted out to center field. Cliff Weisinger back, and he's going to make the catch. Thinking about going to third, but not, is Elijah Stockton with a great throw by Weisinger, and makes that decision by Stockton look pretty good. Moore out with 2 on. Cade now 2 for 5. John Paul Head at the plate. Used my yard card up earlier. If I didn't, I'd be using it right now. He's 2 for 3. Also drawn a walk, scored 3 runs. He hits one high out to left field. He has gotten it. Dylan Toller's just watching this one go. A 3-run bomb for John Paul Head. And the Rhythm lead 12-0. I used my yard card a couple innings too early for John Paul. He delivers his 4th home run of the year. And RBIs 28, 29, and 30 as he steps on home plate. John Paul delivers here in the top of the 7th. And that's a dozen. 2 of those runs charged to Brady Weitzel. I think John Paul likes hitting here. That's his 3rd hit. Now Nolan Sargent stands in. He takes a strike on the inside corner. Nolan looking for his first hit of the ball game. That was hit number 12 for full count. Sargent takes a pitch somewhere for ball 1. Not sure where that missed. I think Alex Frawley's wondering. I watched Dylan Toller and it looked like he took a couple pitches. That ball's grounded into right field for a base hit. Sargent gets his first hit. Want to make sure that is Bomber's ball. He went to right field. I can't see. Jake Merrick stands in. Back-to-back hits brought to you by Old Hickory Bats. And the hits just keep on coming. Merrick's 2 for 2. Frawley wasn't sure he had that pitch. Hina Myers listening there with the hobbled Jay Myers in White House. Woohoo! Go John Paul. Right down the outside corner for a strike. Merrick hit the 2nd triple of the year for the full count Rhythm into right field. Both those triples have been right here at Elmer Kelly Stadium. He hits that one high out to left center field. Weisinger and Toller are going to watch that one go, and a 2-run home run for Jake Merrick. Jake picks up his second home run. And he's got 5 RBIs. And the Rhythm lead 14-0. The 2 home runs in the inning. Then Blake Carter once again on the act. He steps to the plate with 1 out, nobody on. Couple of touchdowns, couple of extra points for Full Count. Trying to end this one early. Cooper Wright started the game in right field. That's another one that's high and deep out there, but Dylan Toller looks like he has this one, and he does in front of the big Macland sign for out number 2. Sounded good off the bat, but Blake Carter just got under it. Jake Merrick, single, triple, and a home run. Doesn't look like he's going to get an opportunity to get another plate appearance. Trace Simmons is 1 for 4. He's homered here. A 3-run home run in the first inning of that June 9th ball game. Ground ball 2 sharply hit into shortstop. Jace Parnan dove for it, but it hopped about 6 feet up in the air, and that's another base hit for Simmons. 4 hits in the inning. Home run, single, home run, fly out, single. And now Jake Turr, who's 1 for 4, stands in. Cooper Wright on in relief of Grady Weitzel. It's not been good for Cooper. Turr, the 9th batter to come to the plate, is Elijah Stockton, hoping for another opportunity. He stands on deck. Elijah, the only Rhythm player without a hit in the ballgame, and he wants another opportunity. Big Turr from the University of Tampa. That's in Florida. It's where he's from. They won the Division II National Championship, the Tampa Spartans, as that one's popped up to the second baseman. And that will end the 7th inning. Well, the Rhythm score 5. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, we'll be right back to see if the Rhythm can finish this one off. You're listening and watching the Full Count Broadcast Network on YouTube and Twitter.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. Carter Kelly on in relief. He is the 4th pitcher, 2nd straight left-hander from Lipscomb University. He is on in relief of Tim Dixon, who goes 1 inning, 1 hit. No runs. Did not walk a batter, but plunked 2, struck out 1. Faced 5 batters. Kelly is 6'1", 185-pound left-hander. I have to fix my cheat sheet here. Shows he bats right and throws right, but he's a left-handed pitcher. I'm pretty sure that's not accurate. Rising redshirt freshman from Giles County High School. David and Nikki Kelly, his parents, brother Aiden, brother Ethan. He's the grandson of Papa and Nana, as well as Papa Phil and Nana JJ. They're all in Pulaski, Tennessee. Nathan Neal is Carter Kelly's mentor. And Kelly, now for his 5th appearance, has gone 3 2/3 innings in those 4 appearances, giving up only 2 hits, but he has walked a bunch as the first pitch is high to Burris. He's walked 11 in those 3 2/3 innings. Think he might be coming off of a surgery as that one sails to the backstop. Kelly trying to nail it down for the rhythm. Lefty on lefty matchup. Burris 0-for-1 with a walk. Dials one in there on the outside corner. He throws it hard. He's not exactly sure where it's going all the time. 2-1 pitch. And swung on and fouled. Jonathan Stewart back from his mission trip. He's on the trip. Sitting now behind home plate. That one goes behind Burris. He didn't know which way to go. Full Count Ministries, full count. Got some guys that apparently have not remembered to bring the correct uniform. Tim Dixon came up to me and told me somebody was wearing his. As that full count pitch is fouled. After this batter, we'll get you our Full Count Ministries verse of the game, as we are possibly nearing the end. I think Jake Merrick's looking like he is our Chick-fil-A Rivergate player of the game, as that pitch is yanked away outside for ball 1 or for ball 4. I said we were on Twitter. If you're listening to us on Twitter, then let me know, because I don't think we're on Twitter. I meant YouTube and Facebook. We used to be on Twitter. And another wild pitch gets by Simmons, and down to second base goes Burris. Dylan Toller at the plate as they've got back-to-back left-handers. Well, we have a break. Our Full Count Ministries verse of the game, Galatians 2:20, the very first verse I ever memorized back when I became a Christian. As a sophomore at Belmont College, I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me. Galatians 2:20, one of the great books written by the Apostle Paul. Tonight's Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game is Jake Merrick. Single, triple, and a home run, driven in 5 runs. He had productive at-bats every time he came to the plate. An infield single, walked in the 3rd, sacrifice fly drove in his first run of the game in the 5th. Now 3 balls and no strikes to Toller. And then 2 RBIs in the 6th with a triple in the right field, and then a 2-run home run in the 7th to put full count up 14-0, 3-0 pitch right in there for a called strike. Carter Kelly trying to get right here with a runner at second base, nobody out, and ball 4.
Now batting to the shortstop.
Top of the order.
Chase Harden.
Activity in the Rhythm bullpen as Jace Parnan comes to the plate. The Rhythm with a couple of 2-run innings and a couple of 5-run innings. Fastball is up. Brian Truitt says run rule up or coming up, and Rhythm are hoping so. Right now, struggling to get an out here in the bottom of the 7th. Struggling to get a strike. Harnan 0 for 2, 0 for 3, make it. He's now 3-0. Gets to that 3-0 mark and pours in a strike. It's the 3rd time that's happened. Just can't finish it. And he's walked the bases loaded. Let's see if he gets an opportunity to pitch to the 4th batter.
Number 4, Pete Britton.
Pete Britton steps to the plate. Looks like Jimmy Gamboa is going to let him see if he can work his way out of it. Wyatt Burris on at 3rd, Dylan Toller at 2nd, Jace Parnan. And the first pitch is down to Britton. Looks like he tried to take a little bit off that just to get it over the plate. Struggled with that. In the Madisonville game here, that's in there for a called strike. This same scenario occurred. He came in, swung on and fouled into the parking lot for a AAA autoglass foul ball. And Kelly got ahead now 1-2. Came in the 9th. Rhythm had an 11-4 lead. Walk, single, and a walk, and he was pulled. Cade Moore came in. And maybe what's about to happen is that ball gets sailed to the backstop, and they're going to hold the runner. They need 5 to stay in the ball game, and so Brian Campbell, the head coach, holds the runner, which for right now preserves the shutout. Brian Campbell not worried about that. He wants to see if he can stay in the game, score a big number. Pete Britton with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Kelly sails one high and away. And a full count Ministries full count. Cade Moore came on in the bottom of the 9th of that game, induced a 6-4-3 double play off the bat of Sean O'Brien. And they got Logan Bailey to pop out to end the game. And a 4th walk will score the first run for the Miners. And Jimmy Gamboa now out of the full count dugout, and I would expect that will end Carter Kelly's outing. Well, he started. Now he's okay. That's what's going to happen again. Looks like he's going to talk to the home plate umpire, and I would expect that means that Cade Moore is going to come in from 3rd base onto the mound. Blake Carter, the first baseman, coming in to chat with Jimmy Gamboa. And we'll take a break. We'll have a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen when we return right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft-serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen for Full Count, and Cade Moore is moving over from third base to the pitcher's mound. He'll be replaced at third base by the DH. That's Jake Merrick, the Rhythm regular third baseman. He just thought he was going to get a break. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Hendersonville Firefighters Association. Local 3460, proud supporters of Full Count Ministries. As I said, I saw Chris Williard, who represents that association. Saw him today out at lunch after church at my wife and I's favorite Mexican restaurant in Hendersonville. Cade Moore will come on with the bases loaded. 1 run in, and Cliff Weisinger, the number 3 hole hitter, coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch and struck out twice. Cade Moore, second appearance of the year. Both of them now have been right here at Elmer Kelly Stadium as he delivers a strike to Weisinger. Faced 2 batters in that game and collected 3 outs. Got a 6-4-3 double play. The Rhythm happy to give up a run to get 2 outs. Gets a swing and a miss there. Weisinger of Auburn University at Montgomery. 0-2. Fly ball out to right field. That's well hit. Now going back is John Paul Head. He'll make the catch at the warning track and gets it back in. That'll be a sacrifice fly by Weisinger. Runners will be at the corners as Toller comes in to score.
Now batting the third baseman, number 15. Holter.
Trade an out for a run. But Weisinger now the potential keep this game going batter. Coulter Hamilton, he's got power to drive it out, and I'm not sure where that pitch missed, but it's called a ball. I had the out up there. He's got the only hit of the ball game. Pops this one up. Trace Simmons in foul territory, and he can't make the catch. Let's see if they charge an error. And Hamilton stays alive. Hit right off the heel of the glove as Simmons looked up into the sky. Hamilton has 14 RBIs, but does not have a home run this year. Miners have hit 9. Weisinger with 3 of them. 2-1, swing and a miss. He's just underneath that pitch at the top of the zone. And Either a ground ball to Jake Turr or Elijah Stockton, or Cade Moore take a strikeout. He doesn't throw it hard. He just throws strikes. And a 2-2 pitch popped up. That'll get out of play. AAA autoglass foul ball. They must be getting something. They're asking for the kids to return the foul balls to the merchandise table. They don't have a pavilion. They do have a nice covered stadium, though. Not sure. I think they're supposed to be able to seat 500. Might. I don't know if you can or not. High into left field, but it's shallow. Over is Nolan Sargent. He's going to make the catch, and the runner's going to tag. The throw is, oh my goodness, the runner, Jace Parnan, he needs to be dug out, Trace. And he tags him out, and that will end the ball game. He pulled a hamstring, looks like. And the catch is made, and that will end the ball game. I'm not sure why they're still standing around. That is a catch and a throw him out as Coulter Hamilton flies out. Jace Parnan thrown out 7-2, and this game belongs to the Rhythm. 2 runs scored on no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Cade Moore gets the inning. No hits, no runs. The 2 runs charged to Carter Kelly. They're earned. And the Rhythm pick up their 12th win of the year against 5 defeats. We will make this game go final. The winning pitcher should be Ryan Sweeney. Goes to 3-0. And the losing pitcher will be Caden Wooldridge. He will fall to 0-2. No save in the game. And this game takes 2 hours and 31 minutes to complete, and a second straight mercy rule ending for Full Count. That'll do it from Elmer Kelly Stadium in Madisonville, Kentucky. Thanks for joining me on the Full Count Broadcast Network. The Rhythm will be at home tomorrow night. Who are we taking on? I forgot already. I think we're taking on the Paducah Chiefs. Game time scheduled for 7:05. I'll be there early. It's going to be hot, folks. So dress accordingly and hydrate. Cooper Wright's name, Sunshine, from many years ago. I didn't see that. He did have a sunshine look, Jay. Well, that'll do it from Madisonville, Kentucky. Got to pack it all up and get it on the Anchor Transportation bus for John Smithson, the Director of Ministry, and the Board President, Brandon Jaggers, who's here today, along with Reed Glover, the Director of Discipleship for Full Count. Jimmy Gamboa, the acting coach for the Full Count Rhythm, gets his second straight victory. This is Tim Reese saying God bless you and thank you for joining me on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
This has been another Full Count Rhythm baseball game presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We'll see you next time right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network.